Good morning, students. Welcome you all for next generation learning. Today we are going to see the subject science, class 4, chapter number 1, plant classification, unit 1, diversity. Under this unit we have 3 chapters. Chapter number 1, plant classification, chapter number 2, animal classification, chapter number 3, exploring materials. Today's topic, plant classification. Under this plant classification, we are going to see what is meant by insectivorous plants, non-green plants, uses of plants, activity, book content, and classwork. The first topic is insectivorous plants. So what is meant by insectivorous plants? Look at these two images. The first picture is Venus flytrap. Look at the second image. When the insect sitting on this Venus flytrap, it trap the insect. So such type of plants are called insectivorous plants. Look here. Some plants that trap insect in order to fulfill their nutritional needs. Such plants are called insectivorous plants. If you take our human beings, we are eating so many type of food for getting nutrition. The same also, the plants also need some nutrition. So these type of plants getting the nutritional from the insect. So such type of plants are called insectivorous plants. These plants grown in the soil that is poor in nitrogen. So what is meant by nitrogen? The nitrogen is nothing but it is very important for plants to growth. So these plants are grown in poor in nitrogen area. So they eat insect only to fulfill the shortage of nitrogen. So this type of plants does not get sufficient nitrogen from the soil. So this type of plants eat insect to fulfill the shortage of nitrogen. The example for insectivorous plants are Venus flytrap and pitcher plant. This is a Venus flytrap. And when an insect sit on the edges, the leaf shut and trap the insect inside. So this is the animation. It was clearly shown here. When insect sit on the edges, the leaf shut and trap the insect inside. The next one, the pitcher plant, also called insectivorous plant, because this plant also trap the insect when it is sitting on the leaf. So the pitcher plant is also known as insectivorous plant. It has pitcher-like leaves which trap the insect. So this is a leaf of the pitcher plant. It is looking like pitcher shape and it has a lid. So there is a lid-like structure at the opening of the pitcher plant that closes as soon as insect fall into it. So when the insect sitting on the pitcher plant, the lid closed and the insect or falls into it. So such type of plants are called insectivorous plant. Why these plant are eating for the insect? Because of fulfill their nitrogen shortage. The next one, non-green plants. So what is the meaning of non-green plants? Look at this image. The leaf of this plant is not in green color. So such type of plants are called non-green plants. Completely this plant is looking like in red color. There is no green color. So some plants are found in the color other than the green because of less quantity of chlorophyll. So chlorophyll is a very important pigment. It give a color to the leaf, and such type of plants are called non-green plants. Chlorophyll does not give only color to the plant, it also essential to carry out photosynthesis. So the chlorophyll does not give only color to the plant. It is also very important for photosynthesis process. Look here, can you say the difference between these two? This leaf is looking like green in color, this is a red color. So this green color leaf contain the chlorophyll. This red color leaf does not contain the chlorophyll. So when there is no chlorophyll, the leaf is not looking like in not look like a green. And see this plant also not green in color because of that this plant does not contain the chlorophyll. So these plants are also called non-green plant, and the non-green plant can make food from sunlight with amount of chlorophyll that have this plant have a less quantity of the chlorophyll. So using that less quantity of the chlorophyll they prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis. And this is also non-green plants, you know that this is one of the fungi, and it is looking like in a white color, so it is not look like a green color. So this plant are called non-green plants. How this plant does not have even a small amount of chlorophyll. So how this type of plant are prepare their food? So it absorb food from the other plants, dead animals and stale food. How these plants are food prepare how these plant are prepare their food? These plant are absorb food from the other animals, dead animals and stale food. So this mode of nutrition is called saprophytic nutrition. How the insectivorous plant trap the insect and get their nutrients from the insect, the same also this type of plant are getting the nutrient from the other plant, the other plant and dead animals and stale food. So this mode of nutrition is called saprophytic nutrition. See here this plant are grown on the dead of the plants. So this plant getting the nutrient from the dead plants. So such type of plants are called non-green plants. In one common example of non-green plant is monotropho unifloro Indian pipe or Indian pipe. Look here, this is a white in color, so it is simply call it as a non-green plant. The name of this plant is called monotropho unifloro. Otherwise, we can call it as Indian pipe, and it is a completely white in color. See, it is a completely white in color and there is no chlorophyll in any of its parts. So there is no chlorophyll in there any of the parts. Due to that this plant is completely looking like in a white color. uh, Dear students, I hope you understood what are the types of plants. The last class we discussed about terrestrial plant and aquatic plant. Now, for this class we discussed about insectivorous plant and also non-green plants. Are you on? I hope you understood what is the difference between these four type of plants. In a terrestrial plant means the plant that grown on land are called a terrestrial plant. If the plant grown in water means that is aquatic plant. The plant trap the insect means such type of plants are called insectivorous plants. The plant are not green in color, such type of plants are called non-green plants. This is one of the activity. From this activity we are going to see how the leaf breathe in water. So doing this activity we have to take a plastic bowl, water and a leaf and small stone. Dear students, you have to do this activity in your home and take a photo and send to me. For doing this activity, you have to take a plastic bowl, water, a leaf and small stone. The first procedure, fill the bowl with water. First you have to take a bowl and fill the water with the bowl. The next one, pluck large sized leaf from a tree. You have to pluck one or two leaf from the tree. The next one, place the leaf in the bowl of water. Look here, here the leaf is placed in the bowl of water and put small rock on the top of it, so it is fully submerged under the water. For doing this activity, very important, the leaf must be submerged in the water. The leaf does not float on the water. So how you can submerge it in the water? You have to take a small stone and put it on the leaf and place the bowl in the sunlight. Then you have to take a bowl and keep it in the sunlight and wait for 2 or 3 hours. Then you have to observe what is that many dance form around the leaf and edges of the bowl. You have to answer for this. Dance form around the leaf and edges of the bowl. You have to do it and write the answer. And conclusion. So from this observation you have to conclude that what you understood. I hope you understood how to do this activity. For doing this activity, you have to take a bowl, glass bowl, and a leaf, water, and a small stone. First, you have to fill the water in the bowl. Then you have to pluck some leaf from the tree and put it into the bowl. And you have to check. You have to submerge the leaf into the water using the stone. Then you have to keep it outside for 2 to 3 hours. Then you have to observe what happened in the leaf. The next one, useful of plants. So we learned different type of plants. So what are the uses of this type of plants? The first one, we take tea and coffee plant. From this plant we are getting tea and coffee. And pampo plant, in Tamil we can say that moongil. From that pampo plant we are getting paper, basket, hut, mat, furniture and walking stick. You know that your grandfathers are using the walking stick. These walking sticks are made from the pampo plant. And we know that paper, we are writing in the paper, no, that papers are made from the bamboo plant. And basket, hut, mat, furnitures, so many things we are getting from the bamboo plant. And the next one, coconut plant. From this coconut plant we are getting the coconut oil for applying our hair and coconut water and fruit to eat. The next one, a rubber plant. From the rubber plant, we are getting rubber and tire. The next one, eucalyptus, tulasi, chingona, and neem. These are used as a medicine. We know that nowadays we are using tulasi and neem for killing the coronavirus. So these eucalyptus and tulasi, chingona are used as a medicines. The next one, henna. In Tamil we say that marudani. That is used for decorating hands and also dye. And teak and salt, sesame are used as a furnitures. Acacia is used as to make a gum. And cotton and jute are used to make a clothes, carpet, sack, and rope. So the plants are useful in a many ways for human beings. I hope you understood how the plant are used. So look here, this is your book content, and the first one is insectivorous plant. So the plant eat insect are called insectivorous plant, and it grown in poor in nitrogen area and to fulfill the shortage of nutrition. And example of the insectivorous plant are pitcher plant and Venus flytrap. See here, this is a Venus flytrap. When the insect sit on this Venus flytrap, it trap insect. The next one, this is a pitcher plant. When the insect sitting on the pitcher plant, this is a lid and this is looking like a pitcher shape. So when the insect is sitting on the pitcher plant, it trap the insect and close it. And the next one is non-green plants. Non-green plants. So some plants are found in the color other than the green because of less quantity of chlorophyll in them. So such type of plants are called non-green plants. The example of non-green plants are, one is a purple leaf plum tree and the next one is a red Japanese maple tree. These two trees are looking like in a different color. One is a purple color and another one is a red color. It is looking like other than green. So another common example of non-green plant is monotropho uniflora and in Indian pipe. I clearly shown this monotropho uniflora and Indian pipe in the slide. And the next one, uses of the plants. Uses of the plants. It is used as a food and keep air clean, for making perfumes, give us fiber, for paper and food, sorry, paper and wood give us medicine. Coffee, tea, sugar cane, spinach, radish, onion, apple, potatoes. These plants are used as a food. And rose and jasmine is used for making perfumes. And cotton fiber, linen fiber, jute, and coconut are used as a fiber. And wooden chair and door, bed, pencil we are getting from the wood. Tulasi, turmeric, aloe vera, amla are used as the medicines. So these are the uses of the plants. The next one, we know that the plant that grown in different places are known as natural habitat. Grown on land, grown on land and grown in water. If it grown on land means it is called terrestrial. Grown in water means aquatic. And the terrestrial plants are classified as on the hill and mountain, in plain, in desert, and heavy rainfall, swampy area, and sea coast. These things are I already discussed in the last class. If you take aquatic, there are the three type of aquatic plant. One is a floating plant and another one is a fixed plant. The next one is submerged plant. And the next one that eat insect are called insectivorous plants. The example of insectivorous plant are pitcher plant and Venus flytrap. And that have less or no chlorophyll means such type of plants are called non-green plants. So these things I discussed in this chapter, and see this objective type questions. Plants which grow underwater are called terrestrial plant, desert plant, submerged plant, insectivore plant. We know that the plant that grown in underwater means that is submerged plant. So this is the answer. The next one, insectivorous plant eat insect because they have. Why the insectivorous plant eat insect? Because they do not get nitrogen from the soil. Where do they grow? This is the correct answer. The next one, cactus and other desert plants store water in their leaf, flower, root, stem. You know that if you take a cactus, it does not have leaf. So where it store the water? It store the water in stem. The next one, the plant and trees that grown in area of heavy rainfall are called. Maybe the plant grown in rainfall area means, so which type of plants that grown in heavy rainfall areas? Evergreen, aquatic, conifer and swampy. The evergreen trees only grown in very heavy rainfall areas. The next one, fir tree are used as Christmas tree. They grow where the fir tree grow? In the plains, in the desert, on the hill and mountain, in water. The fir tree is grown on hill and mountain area. The next, the short question and answer I am going to discuss. We have to write a short question and answer in classwork, then long question and answer, then hard question. And I discussed this activity. Look at this activity. They are doing how the leaves breathe in water. Instead of lukewarm, I said to keep in the bowl in the sunlight. So you have to do this activity and write answer for and fill the answer for this dashes. The next one, this activity you have to do that. Grown an aquatic plant in a pot filled with porous soil. Observe it every day and note down the changes you observe. Will this plant survive? Find out the reason. You have to take this lotus plant and grow in the pot. And you have to every day you have to observe and note down what you observe. Will this plant survive or not? You have to observe and write the answer. The next one we are going to write a classwork. For under this classwork writing, we are going to write keywords, short question and answer, detail and hard question and answer. Before going to write a classwork, you have to take your science classwork note, blue stick pen, pencil and scale. The first you have to write the date at the corner 11/6/2021. Then write the title of the chapter, Chapter number 1, Plant Classification. Then the first Roman you have to write keywords. KEYWORDS, keywords. Then you have to write the word. First listen the word, then you will write. The first word, habitat. HAPITAT, habitat. Listen the words, then write. The second word, terrestrial plant. TERRESTRIAL, terrestrial plant. PLANT, plant. The third one, aquatic plant. AQUATIC, aquatic plant. PLANT, plant. The fourth one, climate. CLIMATE, climate. The fifth one, marshy. MARSHY, marshy. The sixth one, swampy. SWAMPY. Eighth one, conifers. CONIFERS, conifers. The ninth one, transpiration. TRANSPIRATION, transpiration. Tenth one, photosynthesis. PHOTO, photosynthesis. SYNTHESIS, photosynthesis. The first one, habitat. Second one, terrestrial plant. Third one, aquatic plant. Fourth one, climate. Fifth one, marshy. Sixth one, swampy. Eighth one, conifers. Ninth one, transpiration. Tenth one, photosynthesis. See the words. The first letter of all the words should be right in capital letter. And write neatly. The 11th one, evergreen. EVER, evergreen. GREEN, green, evergreen. 12th one, rainforest. RAIN, rainforest. FOREST, rainforest. 13th one, submerged. SUP, submerged. MERGED, submerged. 14th one, insectivorous. INSECTIVOROUS, insectivorous. 15th one, saprophytic. SAPROPHYTIC, saprophytic. See, the first letter of all the words should be right in capital. After completing the keywords, using the scale and pencil, you have to draw a double line. The next Roman letter 2, short question and answer. The first question, listen the question. The question should be right in black stick. The answer should be right in blue stick. Trees that grow in areas with heavy rainfall generally have broad leaves. In what ways can these leaves be useful for the plant? Look at this diagram. This is a teak tree. It grown in heavy rainfall area. And look at the leaf of this plant. And it is broad leaf. So what is the useful of this broad leaf? So trees that grown in areas with heavy rainfall generally have broad leaves. In what ways can these leaves be useful for the plant? The first useful is broad leaves are very efficient at photosynthesis. So the broad leaves are very useful for the photosynthesis process. They help to cope with their environment where they live. So it is help to live. These broad leaves are help to cope their environment where they live. The main purpose is the photosynthesis process. It is very helpful for photosynthesis process. After completing this question, you have to draw a double line. The next question, some plants eat insect. Today I discussed. What are they called? Why do they eat insect? There are the two questions are present in this question. The one is what are they called? The second one, why do they eat insect? So the plants that eat insect are called insectivorous plants. This is the answer for this question. Why do they eat insect? These plants grown in the soil that is poor in nitrogen. They eat insect. They eat insect only to fulfill their shortage of nitrogen. So, why these insectivorous plants are eating insect? To fulfill the shortage of nitrogen. The nitrogen is a very important for the plant growth. So, insectivorous plants does not get the sufficient nitrogen from the soil. So, this plant eating the insect from the insect, it fulfill the shortage of nitrogen. After completing this second question, you have to draw a double line. The third question, plants that grow on hills and mountains are also known as conifers. Why? You know that so many type of plants are grown in hills and mountain areas. Why this type of plants are called conifers? The only main reason because cone shaped structure. Plants that grown on the hill and mountain are known as conifers because of their cone shaped structure. This is a very important word, cone shaped structure. Look at this diagram. Here, the seed of this plant are in cone shape. Due to that cone shape, these plants are called conifers. After completing this question, you have to draw a double line. The next question, write any two difference between plants that are grown on land and water. We know that the plant that are grown on land means that is a terrestrial plant, that grown in water means that is aquatic plant. So the first difference, these plants have solid stem. If you take a neem tree, the neem tree has solid stem. If you take the plant that are grown in water, these plants have thin, long and hollow stem. So the lotus have a very thin and long hollow stem. Leaves of the plant are thin, flat, which help them in a transpiration process. So if you take a plant that are grown on land, the leaf is flat, which help them in the transpiration process. So leaves of the plant are broad and flat with waxy coating. So what are the plant that are grown in water? That plant also have the broad leaves with waxy coating. Why it having the waxy coating? Because it prevent from the rottenness. So these are the difference between the plants that are grown on land and grown in water. You have to draw a tabular column, then you have to write it. After completing this, you have to draw a double line. The last question, what are evergreen trees? Give example. So what are evergreen trees? The tree have the leaf in a whole year means that type of trees are called evergreen trees. Example, if you take a coconut, rubber, teak tree, these type of trees are called or example of evergreen tree. See, trees that remain green throughout the year. Throughout the year means the complete year are known as evergreen trees. The example, coconut tree. So what are the evergreen trees? The tree remain green throughout the year. Such type of greens are called evergreen trees. The example of evergreen tree is coconut tree. Dear students, I hope you understood how to write a classwork. When you are writing a classwork, you have to take your classwork notebook and write the date and the title of the chapter. The first you have to write the keywords, then you have to draw a line, then you have to write Roman letter 2, short question and answer. Today I discussed only the 5 question and answer. 5 question and answer. You have to write the both the question and answer. The question should be written in a black color. The answer should be written in blue color. Thank you for watching. Thank you.